expect them to come out of these gates absolutely blazing.
Here we go with Northwestern winning the tap. Looking for 7-1. Resuming action after the 9-day layoff in the win against number 1 Purdue. Bowie had 31 points in that win. Barry had 20 plus. He's on the drive here, out to Bowie. Off the shot fake. And Bowie kicks out for a Langborg 3. And he rattles it in.
And we've seen a little bit of trouble from Ryan Langborg out past the arc this season, but no troubles there. And that's what having so many offensive players gives you between Bowie, Barry, Langborg. Always someone open that you have to defend.
He's found some other ways to score as that floater goes down for Marcus Tankersley.
Big points from Tankersley, and he stepped up as well. Double-digit points in 5 of his last 6, including that Ball State game when Jaden Stone needed some help offensively relieving the pressure. It was Tankersley that they turned to.
Well, that was Detroit Mercy's last game. They lost by 3, but led for 37 minutes against the Ball State Cardinals. Here's Brooke Barnheiser into the lane, and Nicholson cleans up the Barnheiser miss.
Well, it's tough to teach height, and we saw a lot of that from Zach Eady against Purdue. Just so hard to defend. And Matt Nicholson a bit outmatched, but here he has the height advantage once again. And that's where it comes in handy underneath the basket down low in the post.
Nicholson limited to just 11 minutes in the Purdue win. That 3 splashes in. Pink drills it from out deep. So shot making early for Detroit Mercy, coming in looking for their first win on the year at 0-9. Bowie into the double. Nicholson gets it back. There's Bowie slicing back inside. It's knocked away.
Well, I think that'll be a turnover from Bowie, and you know we didn't see any of those at Purdue, so already some good defense from Detroit down low, just forcing Northwestern to have to move the ball around a little bit more than they're used to.
That was the most incredible thing about that Purdue win. 43 minutes for Bowie on the court, no turnovers. And that's in for Barry, who continues to shoot the ball well lately.
I mean, you just don't see performances like that pretty much anymore. It's so difficult when you are the face of a team like Bowie. You know you're going to get double teamed, especially outside. And he just does so well to find that bit of space, to find his teammates. And then, yeah, as you said, no turnovers. And Chris Collins emphasized perhaps more, as I was saying, perhaps, you know, even more important to the team performance than those 31 points.
And it's not like Bowie's a guy that just hides out in the corner and hits shots. He is on the ball a lot. And primary ball handler for Northwestern. And Nicholson whips a past Barry. And good ball movement. Langborg misses. And the rebound for Tankersley and Detroit Mercy.
It's just a bit long from Langborg, but they're getting those nice shots. Langborg's finding himself in a bit of space. McMahon Seals trying to guard him. Maybe we'll see Jaden Stone come in and try to lock up Langborg if he keeps getting looks like that.
Well, no sign of subs yet for Detroit Mercy. Their top scorer on their team and one of the top scorers in the country. Stone not starting today. Well, Barnheiser has the defense, knocking that away from Pink. There's Barry spotting up. A little heavy on it. The rebound for Tankersley one more time.
Well, Northwestern shot the 3 really well against Purdue, 50%, one of their best marks of the season. And already tonight, this afternoon, 1 for 3. Just need to get a little bit more time. We've seen Barry take a lot of them, but Langborg too. Maybe try and find Nicholson down low, mix it up.
Down to 8 on the clock. Tankersley, and on Langborg, tough angle, offensive rebounds. Detroit Mercy has it back with Delcadia.
And Delcadia was a great pickup. He's really stepped up into that 5 role for this team.
Well, he's out setting the screen. That's an offensive foul. Bowie takes it on the chest on Donovan Totley. Final exam week, 9 days off. Connor Onion, Matthew Plotchek with you in Evanston. Jaden Stone did not start the game for Detroit Mercy, but he is on the floor here, and shot-making rolls on for Ty Berry from out deep.
Great look from Ty Berry. Donovan Totley just a little bit too slow to get out there to the perimeter. Ty Berry takes advantage and drains for his second basket of this game.
The last 4 games, he's on a major heater. 15.5 points a game the last 4 for Berry. This is the guy right at the top of the scout every time the Titans take the floor. Jaden Stone, not shy getting him up in an air ball.
Yeah, he took 26 shots against Ball State. So as you said, not afraid to just get some open looks and even contested looks as well. As that time you saw just overshoots as he's in double coverage.
And Barnheiser short. Nicholson has it tapped away into the hands of Stone. Most nights it's going to be, like you mentioned, a high volume scoring night for Stone.
And you know what you're getting from a Mike Davis offense. A lot of looks from three. And last season it was Antoine Davis who, set the NCAA career record for three-pointers. This season they're shooting 10% worse. So a lot of it has come through Jaden Stone, and when he gets cold, there's really no one else to pick up the slack.
A late clock, Cats in a stance for a long time. That's what we're talking about with Stone. He will shoot from anywhere.
Well, you can't get cold if you start out hot like that. What a shot that is from Jaden Stone. He's got to be 25 feet away from the basket and puts it through as if he was 2.
Wow. Arguably a more difficult shot than the one he airballed. Both were pretty tough, though. Will be a block. First foul on Pink.
And that's just the range that, as you said, when he's at the top of the scout, you know what you have to do. You have to get someone out to him very tight. You cannot let him get those shots. Even half a second is too much for Jaden Stone.
When you talk about a guy that can create his own shot, 2 on the shot clock. There was nothing doing. Cats had it defended really well. There's Langborg in tight for 2.
And he's another one that has had a couple cold streaks this season, but he's really found his form. First 20-plus point game as a Wildcat against Purdue. And that's what Coach Chris Collins knew he was getting from the Princeton transfer. Someone that will show up, has that next play mentality, and gets the baskets however he needs to.
Delcadia will run a lot of the offense through him for Detroit Mercy. He's one of their most well-rounded players. Can do that a little bit too, getting to the rim, but no finish. Langborg just hit from inside. You mentioned the game for Langborg against Purdue. 4 of 5 from out deep, one of his best shooting nights overall.
Yeah, it was that time where he just could not miss. Northwestern tried to find him every chance they got.
We have a Drinko flying there.
Looked like it.
Be Northwestern ball. Mansell went into the front row. I think we had a little apple juice or something go flying onto the court.
Yeah, the junior guard got a little face full of some sort of liquid over there.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Double, and that forces the turnover. That trap in the corner from Delcadia leads to a kicked ball for Langborg in transition.
Yeah, and this Northwestern team, I mean, they force almost 15, 16 turnovers a game. That time it's the trademark double team at the baseline. And then Delcadia just has no choice but to give the ball straight to Ryan Langborg.
Langborg, quick fire. Oh, it would not stick. That was around the world and out.
It looked good. It looked good coming out of Langborg's hands, and the ball wanted to fall, but not every shot can go in from the Princeton transfer.
Oh, that was tough from Tankersley. Said, get off me.
And he and Stone, I mean, they are these two teams, this team's dynamic duo, accounting for 12 of their first 22 points.
Tankersley, the second leading scorer on the season at 12 points a game. Well, Barnheiser saw a little bit of help, so backed out of it. And got to get going here with Martinelli. 7 on the shot clock. Backing his way in. Hooks a pass, Barnheiser. 3 on the clock. And the runner slides down. Preston lost that out of bounds, but it's off of Detroit Mercy. And Pink sends it to the Cats on the baseline.
We'll see Boo Buie check in. I thought Brooks Barnheiser was going to take that, but does well to get a nice shot up over Delcadia. And then Blake Preston just a low box to get the ball back to Northwestern.
Foul off the ball in the Titans. That'll send Northwestern into the 1-and-1. So 7th team foul against Detroit Mercy. 5:48 on the clock. Northwestern already shooting free throws.
Well, and here's another player you really don't want to foul. Langborg 76% this season.
That looked like it too.
And this Detroit team has had, a couple injury problems. They have a couple players just dealing with some niggles. Otan Jankovic, we saw him for a couple games early in the season, but we haven't seen him, for a while. Even Donovan Totley has something, but he's trying to play through it, just keep his team in these types of games.
Trying to get one on the board, one win on the board before Horizon League starts in full. That three in and out. Man, Seal had a good look at it. Here's Bowie, just 1 point so far. Northwestern leading by double digits, and that's back rim and out.
And that's the first shot. We've seen from Bowie from the floor. We're 15 minutes into this game, and Bowie just content to dish the ball around right now.
That's an offensive foul going against Detroit Mercy. That goes against Delcadia, his second. So both Pink and Delcadia, two starters for Detroit Mercy with two fouls.
Well, foul trouble is not unknown territory for this team. They had two guys foul out against Ball State, Olajuwon and Tyree Davis. And Delcadia is leading this team in fouls, almost 4 fouls a game. And he'll have to take a seat, just cool down a little bit. Unlike Northwestern, they don't really have a backup big. It is Eduardo Delcadia or bust.
Bowie runner, short, and can't get his own. And Detroit Mercy coming the other way. Oh, nice cross, and got a foul going against Northwestern. Davis got trampled. And Blake Preston called for the foul. That's number 2 on him. So to your point, Northwestern has other options now that they have some foul trouble.
Yeah, they took Nicholson out early, brought Luke Hunger in, and then they give Blake Preston some time.
Oh, Bowie with the quick hands coming our way.
It's a good catch, Connor.
Got you. One hand, pen in hand. That was coming for your face.
It was. Thank you.
Should have shot it. Think I was in range?
I think they would have loved that, yeah.
Good, get late in the clock again for the Titans. A drop off on the baseline. Nicholson down there defending. No rim, but the follow-up for Davis.
That's really good hustle from Tyree Davis. Thought there would have been a foul there on that first shot. Northwestern had 3 players go up to challenge. But Tyree Davis just keeps his head down, works well to get that bucket.
Bowie gives it up. Langborg stays hot from 3.
While Northwestern was on a bit of a cold streak, hadn't made a basket in about 7 minutes. And there you see Langborg breaking that 900 career point threshold with that bucket. Leads all scorers, 13 points for Ryan Langborg. What a start.
He's already hit 3 threes today. Most of those 900 points coming at Princeton. Big ad for the Cats, and the fall away from LeGrier goes down.
And a team that has so many players that have played for so many different schools. On this Detroit Mercy team, they've played for 21 different schools combined. Kyle LeGrier just made that basket. One of the few players who's been at Detroit his entire career.
Bowie at the free throw line for the Cats out of the timeout. And front end missed. It's twice that Bowie's missed at the free throw line.
You very rarely see him miss once. Twice is almost unheard of for Bowie.
1 point for Bowie in this first half. It's mostly been damage as a passer. 3 assists for Bowie. He's also checked Jaden Stone at times. Barry getting that assignment here, the top scorer in the Horizon League. 5 on the clock. Langborg with the on-ball defense, and that goes down for Tankersley.
We've seen some really good hustle plays from Marcus Tankerley in this game. He's someone that had to step up into that starting role. The only person now with Jaden Stone not starting to have started every game for this Titans squad.
Uh-oh. Another one.
I hope someone brought their air conditioning. Ryan Langborg is hot. He is steaming right now. Every single shot that comes off of his hands is blazing straight into the basket. 16 points in the first half.
It's like the billboards on 294. Ryan Langborg is hot. Better get your AC fixed. That's in and out. Rebound off of the miss for Tankersley from Nicholson. You've seen that billboard, right?
I have.
Leading right up to O'Hare Airport. I think that's an NIL deal waiting to happen for Langborg. Here's Nicholson. Oh, missed the jam, but he's fouled.
Wow,
The big setup. Thought he was going to crush it.
First time we've seen Nicholson have a look like that in this game. It's the Bowie to Nicholson connection. The no look from Boo Bowie too. I didn't even see that in real time. Boo Bowie is staring straight at the Detroit Mercy bench when he makes this pass. It's just nasty stuff from Boo Bowie.
That was nasty. A big improvement here for Nicholson to start the year. 6 of 8 coming into the game. 47% free throw shooter last year.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
No doubt.
Buzz cut Brooks is all right. Took a little getting used to seeing his new look for the Purdue game. Bowie a 3. And still no field goals, and that is definitely over the back.
Brooks just got a little over emphatic there. Bowie's not happy with the call though. Tried to get the referee's attention. It's not a great look from Bowie. Not a lot of power in that, and then Barnheiser just goes up and over trying to get the ball back.
First 4 points of this half to the Cats in the first 2+ minutes. Detroit Mercy empty down on this end so far. Langborg, the on-ball defense and a travel. Totally took steps on what would have been the first basket for the Titans.
Took steps and then he hopped down the court in frustration. He does a nice little behind the back here, crosses over and then gets the basket. Did well to create a space, but again, if you do it illegally, the basket's not going to count.
Well said. Well said. Mostly turnover-free first half both ways. Travel gives it back to Northwestern. Here's Bowie, and still can't break loose from the field. And the Titans working quickly. Out for a 3 and off the side of the backboard. Bowie wrestles it away, now looking to push with Barry. In a 1-on-2, he puts it home.
And Bowie not necessarily scoring, but getting the passes done, getting the assists, that's his 4th. And every Northwestern starter here, Connor, has multiple assists. The Wildcats are doing such a good job of sharing the ball, making sure that everyone, no matter the personnel, whoever's open, getting the looks.
Stone was tripled. Cats aren't going to let him beat him. Del Cadia way up to the rafters and off the bottom of the backboard. Bowie with his 5th rebound to go with those 4 assists. Can he make it 5? Barry, yes, sir.
Triple B monster that you talked about earlier in Boo, Barry, and Barnheiser.
Barry just hit a 3 to send us to that timeout. Give him 10 points. Langborg and Martinelli, the other with 10+. Stone the miss, and 1 and done for Detroit Mercy. Bowie's done a lot of other things, spraying the ball around with 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Langborg gives it up. Barry off with the shot fake, and the turnover. The passing lane jump for Tankersley, going 1-on-1. That counts, plus the foul. And that stops the 9-0 Northwestern run on a really clean play for Tankersley.
Tankersley does everything in this play. He gets the steal, he gets the basket, and he goes to the line. He slowly worked himself up to the first double-double of his career at 15 and 10. What a performance from Marcus Tankersley.
Fan hit the half-court shot. Asked somebody around me, what did he win? The person told me, he just won a car. I think I said it on the air, and they came back later and said, no, it was just a prize pack.
A lot of cars are going to be going out the door if they start giving it out, people shooting like that.
Barnheiser with the miss from 3, Stone the rebound. And that was a great play from Tankersley before the timeout. And snapping the 9-0 Northwestern run out of halftime. And this guy still trying to shake free. Horizon League's leading scorer, Jaden Stone. They get late in the clock. Back to Tankersley. Shovels it for a three, and that's a little heavy for Pink. And a foul in the paint as LeGrier hit the deck. That'll go against the Cats. It's going against Langborg.
And this little move from Tankersley, you know, it won't be covered too much, but he does so well before that shot. He dishes the ball out wide and then just kind of gets in the way, sticks his arms out wide, prevents both Northwestern players from getting to the corner, which gives his team a good look.
He's created a lot for himself. Stone, not here. And the long rebound out to Detroit Mercy. We get a tie up. This will be a jump ball. The Arrows with the Cats. Okay, we think we have, okay. Now we officially get the jump ball signal.
Very different coaching styles I've noticed. Chris Collins has always been very vocal, very supportive of his team, wants to lead by example. He walks the court with his guys. Mike Davis a little bit more reserved.
Legs crossed, usually sitting down. Three, Barry!
What a day for Northwestern from three. They keep this up, back-to-back games, shooting 50%.
Yep. Barry, right around that average. His last several games came in the last 4 games, 15.5 points per game. He has 13 in this game. Still plenty of time left. Delcadia, bunch of pivoting, and it squeaks into the hands of Barnheiser. Running the break. And Bowie stopping and starting. Leaves it for a trailing Langborg. And another three.
I mean, these Cats just cannot miss. Every ball is missiled into the net. Langborg and Barry, that duo tandem, has done so well to really relieve some of the pressure off of Boo Buie.
And 9 days without a game, not stopping him from singeing nylon today. Oh, high archer for Stone.
And it's been a while since Jaden Stone's made a basket, but that one, beautiful arc, waterfall-esque as it peaked in the air, came right back in.
Bowie zigzagging in his first field goal. It was an 0 for 5 start for Bowie. Give him 3 points to go to 6 assists. Now he has a takeaway. Gives it up. The closeout comes on Barry. Bowie can't make it back to back.
It's great IQ though. You dish that pass out, you come immediately out to the arc for a three. Maybe just one more pass. I believe it was Langborg who also had a look there. Just move the defense a bit more.
Tankersley swatted by Nicholson. Out of bounds on the baseline for the Titans. When Nicholson's asking the baseline official, are you sure that didn't hit Tankersley?
Well, Tankersley go over and under against Bowie, and then Nicholson, just that touch off the left hand maybe. Look at those numbers though. 5 blocks for the Wildcats. And Matt Nicholson, big part of that.
The Cats have built a 23-point lead. It was 10 points at halftime. So more than double the lead, less than 8 minutes in. Stone, off 1 foot, beauty.
Really nice shot from Jaden Stone. Shot clock winding down. Wants the ball in his hands. A lot of similarities between him and Boo Buie. They want to make the play happen. They want to run the offense. Well,
Pretty.
I haven't seen Jaden Stone do a lot of that. Now I've seen Boo Buie do it twice. And minus the dunk from Nicholson, that one might have been even better.
Stone into bodies. Tankersley got fouled. Langborg closing out hard, and 3 shots at the line for Marcus Tankersley.
It's just so easy from Boo Buie. He has 4 pairs of eyes, one in every single direction on his head.
A compass of eyes. crazy, isn't it? What he sees.
It's unreal. Just the vision. And again, that just comes down to having played so much at this Division I level. He's been at this Northwestern program now 5 years. And what a coup it was for Chris Collins to be able to bring him back. You know, we thought maybe Bowie would come back with Chase Audige. Audige elected to go pro, now playing in the G League. But Bowie wanted one more year. He told Andy Katz after that Purdue game he has unfinished business. And you see, he walks around Purdue, swagger. He just wants to be here. He wants to prove his point. Really plays for that Northwestern name.
Well, wants to take them into the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, if not further. After leading them to their second NCAA tournament in program history last year. Bowie trapped, give up Martinelli. Clayton just checked in, can't cash in. The second run of play for Trenton Johnson off the bench for Detroit Mercy. And Stone, no. Davis, offensive rebound, and Hunger tears it away. Well, Bowie closing in on another rung up the scoring leaderboard. 3 points away from 5th all time. How about Martinelli? A career day, a new career high for him with 13 points.
And what a way to set a career high. He's perfect from the floor. It was a busted pick and roll from Northwestern, but they find Martinelli. Look at this effort from Nick Martinelli, up and down, send him to the line. Hit 11 against Northern Illinois. That was a career high. Just broke it here with that basket before the break.
We give him 14. So he's up to second on the team today. Ty Berry 13, Martinelli 14, Langborg 19 for the Cats. Stone drive and kick. Tankersley builds on his career day. He's got a new career high.
And Marcus Tankersley single-handedly almost half of his team's points. It's been an off day for Jaden Stone, but look nowhere else than Marcus Tankersley to step up.
Martinelli doing everything right now.
And Martinelli might want to slow down or he'll set a career high he might not catch for a while coming up into Big Ten play. What a day for him as well.
16 for him. Shoveled along the baseline. Stone doesn't need much space, not here. Davis, one-hand rebound. And Johnson saw two guys there. Bowie with quick hands, off the spin. Give up Berry and a foul. And Chris Collins yelling, rebounds. He wanted Luke Hunger to secure that.
And it's a busted rebound. Luke Hunger has to secure this, but how does Bowie keep that ball to his hand? And then Ty Berry just trying to fake and then go up for the second. Gets fouled.
Bowie, short. He's still sitting on 3 points on a 1 of 8 day. For Johnson, nice pull-up pop.
And the way Northwestern, they just sub so much, you almost forget, you know, who's on the floor. I look and I saw Barnheiser. He's about to check in at the scorer's table. I could have sworn he was on the court, but that's just because it doesn't really matter who's on there. They just have so many players that can step up and step into that almost equivalent role.
This was Ty Berry.
Bowie feed for Berry. Berry up to 15, and he gets to the line. This game's slowly starting to creep away from Detroit Mercy.
They were in touch at halftime at 10 points. Northwestern leaving no doubt on that 9-0 run to start. Set the table for a big lead in the second half. And they give off on the baseline. Davis has it tapped away. Here comes Barnheiser downhill. There's Bowie. And he's 1 point away from 5th all time in Northwestern.
And there's that fast break that Northwestern has in them. You don't see it a ton. But when Northwestern gets forced turnovers like they do, 9 for Detroit Mercy today, they make them pay.
Stone to his spot. Oh, way upstairs. There's some wild makes in his game. There are also some wild misses.
He's just not scared to shoot, and that's what really contributes to it. Just by sheer volume, he'll make some really good shots. Talk about that from Luke Hunger. Makes up for that missed rebound on the defensive end with a little spin along the baseline.
Fleet feet from Hunger. Tankersley, short. And that will be one that Chris Collins wants his team to grab again. Second chance in the hands of Stone. Blow by, but a foul first. Basket will not count. 15th foul against the Cats. So this will be baseline out with Clayton coming back in.
And offensive rebounds have been a problem for this Northwestern team. Detroit Mercy has 10, Northwestern only 5 right now. And it doesn't really matter who's underneath. You know, Luke Hunger should be getting the rebound 9 times out of 10 against players that are 3-4 inches taller than him. Just has to put in that extra bit of effort to ensure that Northwestern can keep the ball.
Stone leans in, and 2 at the line for Stone. Seeing 2 guys from same high school program in this game. Jaden Stone from Sunrise Christian Academy in Kansas. That's where Ty Berry was in high school. Those 2 had some epic battles in practice. Stone hasn't had his shot today, though.
Such an interesting story, Jaden Stone. Came to the U.S., was born in Perth in Australia, goes to play at Grand Canyon, and then transfers here to try and make his mark. Just couldn't stay on the court last season, but you know, he's really stepped up in this game, in this season. In this game, he slowly worked his way back into it, up to 11.
It's a really cool environment out there at Grand Canyon. That student section, the light show that they put on every game. Here's Barnheiser into the post on Stone, and he's hacked. We said it's 21 different schools for players on Detroit Mercy. It's not an unfamiliar story for some of these guys to be at 3, 4, sometimes 5 different schools throughout their career.
And they have players, you know, transferring in, also transferring out. TJ Moss was a key 6th man last season, went over to Cleveland State, a Horizon League rival, and they also had Isaiah Jones go to Oakland. Mike Davis, you know, he has his pitch. He gets players that have played at these top-tier high major programs like Demezi Anderson from Indiana. Just haven't found a way to put it all together this season.
And a hand check on Clayton. Think about the difference for that for Northwestern. The 5 guys on the court right now, only 1 transfer out there. That's Ryan Langborg. The other guys recruited out of high school by the Cats. Timeout late in the second half. Northwestern in control. Biggest lead in this game for Northwestern at 28. Nick Martinelli has a big part in that. He has a career high today in points with 16 on 7 of 7 shooting.
And Nick Martinelli almost didn't come to Northwestern. He was an original commit to Elon. His brother Dom, preferred walk-on here at Northwestern. Nick Martinelli decided to follow. Just doing what he can to really help Northwestern just push ahead of this Detroit Mercy team. I mean, they've struggled all season. If this continues, it'll be the 5th game of the season that they've not held a lead for a single minute. It's just night and day. You know, they have the Ball State game where they lead for so much, can't get the job done, and then here, yes, Northwestern is just, you know, a level above, but have to find a way to shoot better. They have to be a little bit more content to keep the ball, just rushing one too many looks.
And 1, Luke Hunger.
And this is Langborg once again attracting the 2, and then Luke Hunger Does really well to even get a shot up. Foul coming from behind the back.
And it wouldn't hang. Martinelli couldn't get the offensive rebound. If I'm Martinelli, I'm keeping my perfect game. I'm not putting another shot up. I don't know, maybe you're feeling that good that you just know you're going to hit it at this point too. 7 of 7 on the game for him, 16 points. And this will be Wildcats ball.
And Chris Collins immediately put his hands up, super happy with the way that his team defended that possession. Just forcing the ball off the foot.
It was the big message to his team at shoot around. Let's not mess around here. Let's not let Detroit Mercy hang around. Let's be convincing. Turnover. We won't like that, but think to the Binghamton game, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, some of the games where Northwestern heavily favored. Let some teams hang around, but not today.
These last 3 games have really been a statement. And they were trailing Northern Illinois at halftime, came back to beat them by 22. And you beat #1 Purdue. And then a performance like this. It's a really good ramp for them to lead into their couple last non-con games before Big Ten.
Tankersley having the best day of any Titan, 23 points. A little 2-man game, defended well. Ball rotates back into the post. Hunger on the spin. We've seen him go to that reverse a few times.
And maybe there he just needs to get his head up. Look for Brooks Barnheiser, was calling for it at the arc.
Clayton called for the foul. I think the yell from the Northwestern bench was, he didn't foul him. Called for it, 1 and 1. After the foul on Clayton.
Well, Northwestern, you know, they're not a team that fouls a lot, so Detroit Mercy, with Northwestern already having fouled 8 times, they're going to get some different guys up to the line. It's Jamel Pink's first free throws in the entire season.
Yep. A guy that's kind of looking for his shot, both obviously at the line. That was his first trip, but also from the floor at 2.5 points a game.
And he's one of those players, you know, along with Marcus Tankersley, who's actually a veteran of this program, hasn't played anywhere else.
Oh, Hunger is fouled. Stone thought he got it clean.
And Jaden Stone came in screeching there. Luke Hunger just doing his best to take the contact.
It was more than just Stone that thought he got it clean. The whole Detroit Mercy bench engaged on that. Hunger misses the first. Hunger, a lot of last year. He was that third big. Early in this season, it was Nicholson, then Preston, and well, Hunger was a little bit deeper down as far as the minutes count. A new career high for Hunger to go along with Martinelli's career high.
And he had a foot injury that, you know, he missed quite a bit of time last season with, but he's recovered really well. What a block that was. I believe Brooks Barnheiser.
Yep. Well, Barnheiser got hands on it. Clayton brings it in. Barnheiser backing his way in and can't reward himself after the block. Well, Chris Collins is making the call. He said Pink was out, pointing with both hands. Pink gave it up. Langborg with hands on it. Numbers here for the Cats. They have a 3-on-2, and Barnheiser will head to the free throw line.
Chris Collins still just having a word, pointing at that spot. About to do another demonstration. We saw one already.
He's going further down the line. I love that. Given the time and score, he's still getting after it.
Well, Northwestern would say ball don't lie because Langborg got a steal. Then Barnheiser draws the foul to go back to the line.
Well, follow up Preston, who just checked in. That was a hard crash to the other side of the rim.
And there's the offensive rebound, but the finish just couldn't get both.
Stone gives it up, extra pass. Martinelli recovers. The Cats have done a great job on this guy. Stone at 13 points on 12 shots. That short rebound, Barnheiser. I would think, Matt, that Boo Buie is done. We're going to see Clayton the rest of the way.
Yeah, by Boo Buie standards, it's an off game. 5 points, 2 of 9 from the floor. But he's doing it in other ways. 8 assists and 5 rebounds. Still such a key to this program.
Oh, there goes the perfect game for Martinelli. Offensive rebound, and Barnheiser adds to his total into double digits for the Cats.
And Barnheiser started this season really hot. He was at almost 16 points a game through the first 5. In these last 2 games, 18 combined, but shot the ball well today. He's getting good looks, and he's getting some assists and some rebounds, too.
Oh, Langborg stole it, gave it right back. Tankersley on the cross, short, and the tap for Clayton into the hands of Martinelli. A little too fast there for your liking?
Yeah, just need to be patient. Northwestern wants to play slow, so just take a page out of their book a little bit. You have Jaden Stone who wants to take the shot every single time.
Langborg with the heave. Barnheiser offensive rebound. Martinelli cradles. Back to the left hand, his strong hand.
Well, look, Brooks Barnheiser, those numbers are really starting to creep up. He's at 11 points and 9 rebounds. Almost a double-double for him.
Stone can't wheel it in. Clayton on the move, 2-on-1. Barnheiser, scoop, and that's a block. He'll go to the free throw line when we come back. Justin Mullins will also check in for Northwestern with a big lead for the Cats at our final media timeout. There hasn't been a triple-double here in a while.
24 years. If Brooks Barnheiser was able to get 1 rebound and 3 assists. And again, we talked about those sneaky double-doubles, those sneaky 10-point games. This would be a sneaky triple-double for Brooks Barnheiser. Just slowly but surely kind of under the radar. Well, I don't think Brooks Barnheiser is going to get the triple-double.
Probably not. We were really close to a really fun coincidence, too. We talked about Mike Davis, the head coach for Detroit Mercy, former head coach at Indiana. 1 year before he was the head coach, Northwestern had their last triple-double at Indiana. They're 1 year away from that being a possible fun statistical thing.
But this is way more valuable for Chris Collins to get some good minutes for some of his guys lower down on the team. Nick Martinelli, have yourself a day, man. 21 points.
9 of 10 shooting. Hit a couple outside shots, shattering that career high. He was at 11 points a couple games ago to set that career high. Plus 10 on that. Tankersley gives up baseline, man seal. Nope. And a push goes against Preston.
And something that just stands out about this Detroit Mercy team, their 3-point shooting is just nowhere near as good as when they had Antoine Davis. Just haven't been able to pick that back up. They haven't hit double digits this season, only shooting 24% from beyond the arc today. And just little things like that start to add up. You let Northwestern build this big lead. And then with how hot Northwestern's been, with Langborg, Barry shooting their threes really well, we're going to see Gus Hurlburt for Northwestern start to get his first minutes as a collegiate player.
Now here he comes for Ty Barry. Had to be reminded, tuck that shirt in.
Forgive him. First time for Gus Hurlburt. What a moment, though.
Surely they'll get him a shot.
You would hope so.
Hurlburt's in, bottom of your screen in the corner. Come on, give him a look here. Give him a look here. Hasn't touched it yet. Screening off ball. Martinelli doing it himself. Hurlburt got hands on it. Give him an assist on that. Come on. Kept that play alive.
They have to give it to him. I mean, Nick Martinelli, though, unbelievable.
Jacob Pavelak, that's on you over there at the scorer's table. Give that man an assist. And a foul.
And we also haven't seen Abdullah Olajuwon yet for Detroit Mercy. I mean, he's played in every game this season. So it was a little weird to see Jaden Stone start on the bench, but perhaps even more strange not to see Olajuwon. I mean, he's getting 18, 20 minutes a game.
Well, Jaden Stone's kind of the, remember when Ben Gordon played for the Bulls? That's what I always think of when you got a big scorer coming off the bench. Jaden Stone at 21 points per. Started every game before this, though. You mentioned Antoine Davis before. Finished painfully close to being the NCAA's all-time leading scorer. He was 3 points shy last year for Detroit Mercy from Pistol Pete Maravich.
And a couple inches, really, because took a three, clanked against the rim to tie Pete Maravich.
5 on the clock. Martinelli got stripped, and then he made a tackle. It looked like Bryce Gallagher there.
Well, first we're seeing of Tobin Schwaneke. He gets down and dirty fighting Nick Martinelli for that ball. Both teams now slowly starting to empty their benches.
Still waiting for Hurlburt to get a shot. The Northwestern schedule coming up. A couple of non-conference games, actually several non-conference games left in this month until the second of the year when they'll go to Illinois to restart Big Ten play. That Chicago State coming up, that's on Big Ten Network on Wednesday. Arizona State, that's the big non-conference game left, middle of December. Final minute of this dominating second half for Northwestern. They were up by 10 at halftime. Looking for a 90 spot. Here we go. Hurlburt into the post. And there are his first points.
Yes, sir, Gus Hurlburt. Little spin and jab. Drains that. How's that basket for your first career points?
A little hook shot to remember forever for Hurlburt. Turnaround, Mansell, nice. All right, you got the shot clock still on here, but I would guess Cats will hold it.
Chris Collins just told Jordan Clayton, just throw it in the air. It's a good, well-rounded performance from the Wildcats. I mean, 92 against Purdue in overtime, now 91 in regulation in 40 minutes. This was a statement game. They needed to get the win, and they needed to do it big. That's exactly what they did.
And it will be shot clock violation, but they'll just say game over. So now they do have to inbound it. By rule, they do have to inbound it. Should be 0.3 on the clock here. Unofficially final. 0.2 on the clock. Now it's official. Northwestern with their 7th win. They're 7-1 on the year. Dominant second half. 22 points for Nick Martinelli, a career high. Good Langborg's 19.
I mean, You know, they needed the production from the bench with Boo Buie a little bit off tonight, and that came from Nick Martinelli. Career high 22.